Good day everyone, and thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Nick. We're looking at Darkman on the ZX Spectrum 128K, placed by Ocean Software in 1991. Now I like this music already. This is like an action beat 'em up as such, and maybe a bit of platform chucked in. But you take on the role of Peyton Westlake. He's been roughed up by the mob run by Robert Durant, I believe. Hope you're getting all this. And he must exact his revenge on all those nincompoops who wronged him. Now, it's a game over 6 stages, which I probably won't get to because this is nincompoop gameplay. Dodgy gameplay, nonsense chat. It's all about seeing how the game plays on your first second go, with there being enough there for you to want to play it again. So this is like a summary of what I just said. The levels are Chinatown, the factory, rooftops, warehouse, laboratory, freeway and the skyscrapers. So here I go, and it's it's floating a lot. So there's a lot of colour here. I've got up, down, left and right. Looks like when I do down though, it jumps into this fight thing. Now in the bottom left is the power bar, the energy. If that goes to 0, I'm doomed. There's a timer there in the middle which doesn't seem to be ticking down for some reason. Maybe I've got a hack version, but I understand you've got the energy bar and a timer normally. Yeah, it's not very responsive, but I can duck below that. What's annoying me at the moment, in case there's something I'm not doing, if I do down and attack, then it's jumping, which I don't want it to jump. But anyway, now it's also come out on the Commodore Amiga, so I'll have to look at it on that. The Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, Commodore 64 and the NES. If you had this one back in the day, then let me know. I do have a cheat I can put in for infinite strength, on level 1 at least, so I will try that if things don't go according to plan. Yeah, it's a bit monochrome at the bottom, but then it's got some colours, and then it has to deal with the colour clash, which it doesn't really bother dealing with. So the man goes the colour of the scenery in the background. Like, there's some objects to jump over as we go forward. It's flip screen of such, but it does do a rather clever scroll when you go to each bit. I think we're in China somewhere, or maybe Japan. I suppose it's China. I can't read that writing, that yellow writing in the top right. That means absolutely anything at all. Energy bar getting a bit low, so there's no special moves or smart bombs. That would have been quite nice to see. When it comes to these sort of games, I do prefer the ones like a golden axe and skull and crossbones. We can go up and down the screen as well, rather than just left and right, because that adds a bit of quality and a bit of depth. Streets of Rage was like that on the Mega Drive as well. So it's game over already. Well, I think we know how this is going to go. So let's put a poke on. Hopefully this works for infinite strength, just to see what the game is like a bit further on. But the presentation is awesome. Great graphics, great sound, but yeah, I think it defaults to those keys anyway, but we'll give it a go just in case it reset. Ocean, they produce a whole hell of a lot of games. You can do this on the joystick as well. I'm doing it on the keyboard. It's Darkman. Wasn't a Darkman 2. 1991, according to my notes here. So yeah, I'll have to queue this up for the Commodore Amiga as well at some stage in the future. Can't do it in the past. Time doesn't work like that. Right, biff, biff, biff. It's a little bit clunky. It looks really nice. I think the screenshots would have sold it a few there. It's been well coded, but as the playability for me at the moment, maybe you need a bit of practice, a bit duck. You can do these punching. You can duck. I'm going to duck underneath the firing there, but there's no, you can't do any blocking. I'm doing back, it's not doing it at all, so it's all out fighting and timing. But it is 128K, is Spectrum, it's near the end of the ZX Spectrum's run, 91, early 90s, so I think there might have been better things available to do, but if it come out in the early 80s, we would have been, well, marvelling about this game. The occasional dog runs across, it's a bit quick, it might be a rhino, it might be a pig, I don't know. Right, over these pom-pom things, but they don't scroll on to the next screen, those things. Remember, my energy bar will not go down on this level at least, so we'll see if there's any end of level bosses. Is it worth persevering with? Haven't got time to get good at the game before the review, so that's why sometimes we use a poke. I did have one go trying to do the best I could, but it's a lot easier than Green Beret, say, which got its plaudits. So I think with practice I'll probably be able to do stage 1, get used to how the battling works. You probably have to get a set distance away from your opponent and then execute one of those jump kick things there. The punches are a bit problematic. Looks like the maximum amount of people on the screen at each time is 3. They take 2 punches to hit down, so that isn't too bad. I think Target Renegade was something similar, but Target Renegade plays a lot better than this. You can go up and down the screen, as does the original Renegade. But you know, it's okay. It's not too bad. If I was gifted this back in the day, I wouldn't have minded because it looks so cool, and I'll probably want to get used to playability eventually, but it does look rather nice. It's one of the better looking ZX Spectrum games. If you want to look at a modern day homebrew, there where they've looked at the colour clash and solved it, look at Angels by Zosnia Entertainment, which we reviewed. Again, that's just left and right and no depth going up and down like Golden Axe, but then it frees out a bit of memory to do other stuff. So have a look at that as well. That one moves and animates a lot better than this one, but you know, they've got different compilers and different things they can use back then. Ocean Software Darkman. It's the Darkman. Right, go. No 2-player in this one, which Golden Axe did have, so that was an advantage. And Pirates Skull and Crossbones as well, for that matter. Check out Pirates Skull and Crossbones. We reviewed that both on the ZX Spectrum and the Amiga. See what you think about those two. Gameplay's rather samey on this, but that's not a diss. It's probably pretty samey on most stuff you come across. Unlike Target Renegade, occasionally you could, in Target Renegade of course, you could pick up weapons like a baseball bat. This hasn't got that at all. So it's bog standard, it's clever in what it does, but there's no bells and whistles to lift it above what an awesome fighter would be. Right, these look like different enemies now. These look like ninjas. They're jumping around the screen like wallies. If you're jumping around the screen like a wally, then comment below. Are you a ninja, or are you just part-time? Ninjas always dress in black. You never get one in bright orange or pink because they don't blend into the scenery. Now, if you're a ninja that has just dressed in bright pink and been beaten up a lot, hopefully that's a revelation for you. You need to pick darker colours, you wally. Right, forward on. There's not a game called Pink Ninja that I'm aware of. Now I've said that, someone will probably make one called Pink Ninja. But anyway, then I'll review it. Unless it's rude. We don't review the rude games. This tends to be on a PG level. I don't tend to do any swearing unless you watch a Grand Theft Auto, one of the old Grand Theft Auto vids, because then some of the characters in the background might do something. They're a bit foul-mouthed in San Andreas, and you would be as well, or wherever they're from, Liberty Island. You would be as well with the amount of stuff that goes on in that town. Thank you to the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already and watched this far into the video, it might be a case that you like this kind of guff said by me, then please consider subscribing. We're here to defeat stress, so if you're having a bit of a bad time, have a bit of a binge, we can try and lift you up, as can the members as well, and the subscribers and the commentators. We do that. But we're playing it as a kid. Not everyone understands it, which occasionally you get a comment there saying this person doesn't understand it, and then give about a whole heap of tips of what I should be doing. It's not that kind of channel or video. We're beating stress. We're playing it as kids, not necessarily as the adult, shaking the head in the background of saying he's not doing it right. Oh dear. Anyway, there's a big red cube in this magenta wall here. If I lived in a Spectrum town, I think I'd go blind within a couple of days. It's very bright colours, but that's why I love it. It's got that pure nostalgia. Nothing looks quite like a ZX Spectrum game. Everything's turned up to maximum. If you then play another system, 8-bit, they're probably more realistic colours, but it feels a bit washed out because you're used to this saturation brightness. So what's that thing? Well, I picked it up anyway. I think I picked it up. I don't know. I think this must be the end of the level. I was hoping for some amazing end of level boss or something. So this is level 1, Chinatown, so it was in China, the clue's in the name. Then we go to the factory, I think that might be indoors, factories tend to be. Then the rooftops, warehouse laboratory, freeway, and finish with skyscrapers. Now I think my poke for infinite energy might run out now, although I do have one for level 2, but I won't try it. Oh look, what's that? Photo subject. What does that mean? I've forgotten what that guy looks like. Oh, we got to find him. Which one was he? Oh, I just shoot everyone. I can't remember which one was him. Was it the potato face guy? Oh, I've mucked this up. I wasn't ready. Oh, I'd be ready next time. Scanning. No, see. Yeah, I could shoot 12 people there. None of them was the wanted person. I didn't scan Potato Head. Oh man, if you are Potato Head, then comment below. So it's level 2. Darkman is discovered. They need to get a wider bit of paper for these messages. Darkman is discovered before his plan is half grown. His fiancée Julia's got a fiancée now. Has been seized by Strack, and Darkman is concerned in his lair. Oh, anyone that's got a lair is up to no good anyway. Who's got a lair these days apart from a dragon? Right, now, this reminds me a bit of a level of Batman, also by Ocean, going through Acme's chemicals to try and confront the Joker. Right, anyway, so it looks like does the character look different? It looks like he's got a hat on. Maybe I'm just imagining that. Anyway, the Darkman, he's got a nice coat. He's been disfigured by these hoodlums. Robert G. Durant. If you are Robert G. Durant, comment below. Explain yourself. But anyway, he's got to teach him a thing or two and rescue his girlfriend now, so it's getting more and more. I'd imagine the Commodore 64 has got a bit more colour as well. If you've got a played the Commodore 64 version, or indeed the Amco TC, comment below. It come out on a whole heap of stuff, this. I presume all around about the same era. Bib bib bib. Yeah, I'll have to queue this up for the Commodore Amiga. I might not get very far because there probably isn't a cheap for that one. There's a bit of extra energy for me. Now my energy bar is going down. I've gone up this ladder now. Where I can't see any other ladders. All these factories in any games. Oh, I should have jumped across there. All these factories in any games and houses always have ladders. They never have staircases. Well, they did in Jet Set Willy, but it was a bit of a diagonal one, wasn't it? Really. They always have ladders going up for some reason, and that's a nightmare if you're holding a cup of tea. Let alone trying to dodge bombs and stuff. But there's so many bombs being released here, they bomb their own factory. What kind of factory is this? What are they making? Well, maybe weapons. Maybe it's making bowling balls. So energy's going down big styley. I think Darkman's doomed. Anyway, Darkman is doomed. It's game over. So I showed you at level 1 and give you a brief smattering of level 2. The game is okay. It looks jolly good. It would have frustrated me at the difficulty and the clunkiness of the gameplay, but arguably, let's put my name in here, arguably you could get used to that with enough goes. But I wouldn't have played it a great deal, but the game is pretty cool and it's got great sound as well. It's a good recommendation. I think someone recommended it to me, so well done to you. So I hope you liked having a look at that game. That was Darkman on the ZX Spectrum 128K, published by Ocean Software in 1991. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.